All right, cool. We're live now. I want to welcome everybody to the LSN case study. We're actually in week 4 of the case study. I can't believe that time has gone by as fast as it has, and we're actually already in the 4th week of this, but here we are. And we've got some really good content for you guys this evening, and we're going to definitely open it up for questions and stuff if you guys have any questions over the content that we're going to go over tonight. Hopefully you guys have your funnel done. Hopefully you have your follow-up series created because now we're going to start getting into the blog and blog content and how to use your blog to actually drive traffic into your funnel. Tonight we're going to start off with the very, very basics, and I'm actually going to open up my screen share, but Keith, I'm going to go ahead and let you start it off tonight, and if you want to open up your screen share as well, you're definitely welcome to do that. But you've got the case study outline there, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, man, if you just want to go ahead and start things off this evening, and I'll just let you take it away for a little while.
Sure. All right, guys. Well, first of all, thanks for being here with us again. We appreciate that. We do have quite a bit of information to cover with you, so we'll try to get through it as quickly as possible, and then we'll definitely open it up for some questions like Chris said. First of all, guys, this is the week that we are going to be setting up the blog the right way. So last week, we had you finish up your follow-up emails. Your funnel is complete. That's a very vital part of the overall marketing process. So now we're going to be focusing on the blog. And the first thing that we want to do here, guys, with your LSN blog is to come up with a good title for that blog. Okay? The title of your blog is basically the first thing that the search engine will see besides the actual URL. Okay, so that means if you're using your blog to brand yourself, you probably want to put your name somewhere in the title. I like to do that. Chris likes to do that as well, and Chris has given us a couple of examples in this PDF of what you might want to title that blog. Like he's got Join Chris Curtis and LSN. That is his title. You could say something like Chris Curtis and the Lead System Network, or Chris Curtis loves LSN. Mine is Join Keith Kearney and Lead System Network, very similar to what Chris has there. The only change is just I used Lead System Network versus LSN, and that's always something that's going to be controversial as well. Will it be more lucrative to rank for the keyword LSN, or would it be more lucrative to rank for the keyword Lead System Network? That's part of the fun in marketing too, guys, is to find out what is more profitable, or which keyword would be more profitable. Ultimately, though, I think we would like to get listed for both, but you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to keyword stuff, so you wouldn't want to put in there like join, Keith Kearney LSN Lead System Network in parentheses LSN. There's no reason to do that. So basically, you want to pick something that brands you. That's overall the most important thing, because guys, that is what it's all about. If you see the trend and what we've been teaching you in each and every week here, it's about positioning yourself as a leader in this industry, and that's why we're going to choose a title with your name in it, and most likely you're going to want to use the word LSN or Lead System Network as well. Chris, was there anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I'll just really quickly, I want to show you guys how to actually change the title of your blog, just in case you don't know how to do that. Basically, inside of your dashboard here, underneath the settings section, you're going to click on General, and this is where the title of your blog is going to be. This is the first thing that the search engines are going to see when they come across your blog and start to spider it. So it's very important to brand yourself. That's one of the first things we talked about on this series of Hangouts, is the importance of self-branding. So I definitely recommend inside of the title you put your own name. As to whether you affiliate that with Lead System Network or not is up to you, but because Lead System Network is in the domain name itself, if you title your blog Lead System Network and you have some content related to LSN, over time your blog will probably be listed for LSN keywords. And over time is the key, guys. When you have a strategy like what we're going over tonight with blogging, this isn't something that's going to happen overnight. It's not something that you're just all of a sudden going to start putting a little bit of content on your blog and 2 or 3 days later you're going to get listed. LSN, the blog network, is not to that level yet. Now, eventually, as we have hundreds and thousands of members posting content on their blog, the content that you're putting on the blog will get listed very quickly. But as of now, you are going to have to, keep posting content for, I would say, at least a month before you're going to really start to see the increase in search results and be listed for those lucrative keyword phrases. So it's as easy as that. The tagline basically can be whatever you want it to be. Mine is get plugged into LSN and start making waves with your online presence. Yours can be whatever you want it to be. And it doesn't necessarily have to be related to Lead System Network or LSN or anything like that. The search engines are really smart, and we're going to go over that a little bit tonight. You don't have to overtell, just like Keith said, overstuff your blog and your content with keywords. That's actually more detrimental to you than it is good for your blog, especially nowadays. And so we're going to go over that here in just a second. But Keith, I'll go ahead and hand it back over to you, brother.
Okay, I like what you did there too, Chris, how you have Leap System Network in the title, and then in the tagline you used LSN. So now you're basically optimized for both keywords, and you're not overusing those keywords, so it's perfect blend. And I would definitely recommend doing that if that's what you're trying to get listed for. So let's move on and talk real quickly about creating an About Me page. This is probably one of the most important things you're going to do with your blog, guys, is to have an About Me section. If you go to any professional website, there's always going to be a contact us or connect with us or get in touch with us or about us. Well, you want to brand yourself as a professional. This is what it's all about. This is a really important part of the process, guys, so make sure that you create a page, and not only create a page, and Chris, you might want to show them how to do this if you're on the screen share, but you create a separate page, and then you add that page so that it'll actually show up on the top of your blog so people can easily access it. You could also have a link for it in your sidebar as well. Sometimes people, by their picture, they'll have the About Me and a link underneath there where you can click on it and go right out to that page. Might also want to consider adding a video on this page, or I wouldn't even say might want to consider. I would say you definitely want to add a video on this page so you could write up a couple of paragraphs about yourself. This is important. Chris, you talk about being personal, talk about your kids, talk about the stuff you're interested in, showcase what you do and why you do it, talk about your opportunity a little bit, talk about why you're involved in this industry, talk about the products and services that you get excited about. This is all stuff that people want to know about you, and they can relate with you as well, because that's the whole entire point of having this About Me page, is to get people information about yourself, and hopefully that something within this About Me page is going to jump out at your reader, and they're going to say, you know what, I can relate with this person because of what they said here, or I can relate with this person because they have a family just like I do, they have 3 kids just like I do, they go to church on Sunday just like I do. Whatever it is that you have in your About Me page, you're trying to basically relate with other people, readers, and your audience, so they feel more comfortable reading your blog and more comfortable doing business with you. So people want to work with individuals, not with big companies. That's something that we know. We've identified that. We know we said it before, guys, but it's really important that you understand that. So you need to spend some time with your About Me page. Use pictures, videos, text. If you're an animal lover and you really like your dog, put a picture of you and your dog up there, or put a picture of you and your cat, or whatever you can do to really just make it stand out to people that you're an everyday person, that you're a real person. I think that's one of the big things too, and we're probably getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but letting people know that, hey, if they pick up the phone and call you, that you'll actually pick up that phone and answer and talk with them just like any normal person would. This is a huge part of basically establishing your presence online. So, Chris, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to you. Did you want to show them how they can do that?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So when you're creating a page on your blog, and for those of you who are familiar with blogging, I don't want you to think that this is just all basic stuff. What we're going over right now is pretty basic, but at the end of the hangout tonight, we're going to get into some really deep stuff, so you're definitely going to want to stick around. It's not all going to be basic this evening, but the difference between a page and a post on your blog is that a page is static. Okay, so if you go to my blog right here, you'll notice that all of the pages are listed up at the top here. Okay, so these are all static pages. They're always there all the time in the same exact place. Which is why WordPress is such a powerful platform, because you don't only have to use WordPress to have a blog, you can actually use it to build a regular static website. You know, what WordPress actually is it's not just a blog platform, it's a complete content management system. So if you didn't want to have a blog at all and all you wanted to do was have a website with static web pages using a self-hosted WordPress blog like what you have here at LSN, you could definitely do that. Now, I don't recommend doing that because you don't want to have so much content on pages where your blog is just filled up with pages up at the top, which, by the way, in the menu section, you can actually choose what pages show up at the top here. But the blog is the search engine friendly aspect of WordPress. That's what makes WordPress really powerful. The ability to categorize your content, the ability to put tags in your content, and have all of those categories and tags and blog posts linked together and really categorized in such a way where it's not only easy for your users to access, but it's really easy for the search engines to spider through and find that content and list it accordingly. So that's the difference between a post and a page. And to create a new page, you just go to Pages, simply click on Add New, and what you're going to want to do is create an About Me page. So it can be about me, it can be about Chris Curtis, it can be the reason why I'm so awesome, whatever you want it to be, but it needs to be a page that is linked on every other page of your blog. So you want it very visible, you want it where people can see it. It needs to tell a little bit about yourself. I definitely would put a video up at the top. So make a video either on your webcam or on your phone or a high-definition camera that you might have. Upload that to YouTube, put the video up at the top. I would definitely add pictures of your kids, pictures like Keith was talking about of your dog or of animals or whatever it is. Let people know who you are and what you're all about. And back here, I would also showcase what you do. You know, I would showcase why you're in LSN, what other network marketing opportunities you're involved in. Basically, this needs to be a page that you put a lot of effort into, okay? It needs to be something where when people come across it, they're like, this person really knows what they're doing. They're a professional, and this is somebody I want to work with. Now, the reason why you're putting content about your family or what you like to do and what you're passionate about is because that's the kind of content that people are going to be able to relate to. That's the kind of content where they're going to say, hey, you know, this person reminds me of myself, and I think that I want to get to know this person better, or I want to work with this person, whatever the case may be. So the About Me page is very important. And I want to remind you guys, it is digital content. You know, we've talked about this before, the fact that WordPress is digital in nature, so you can save your draft, you can come back to it tomorrow or the next day. You don't have to get it all done in one day. As a matter of fact, the more time you spend on it and the better it looks, the better off you're going to be when it comes to getting people to join you in your opportunities. So, Keith, I'll go ahead and pass it back to you, brother.
Okay. Great job, Chris. Yeah, one thing I might add in there, too, I just thought of this. If you have any major achievements in this industry or outside of the industry, you probably want to list those as well. Don't go crazy and brag about yourself too much, but let people know, hey, this is what I've accomplished, this is what I can do. If you're interested in working with me, I'd be more than happy to help you, and I believe in working with people. I believe in working one-on-one with people if that's what you believe in. Let people know that up front so they feel comfortable doing business with you. So let's go ahead and move on to the third step, which is a very important step. It's called designing your sidebar. Now, the sidebar content is going to show up on every individual page of your blog. So this is important, guys. This is essentially how we monetize the blog. Now, this is where you're going to put your contact information and whatever else is, whatever else it is that you want to put in front of your visitors. So, for example, that LSN banner is going to link out to your LSN specific page. That's going to be on the sidebar of every page, so that if, at any point, guys, if you do a write-up on, you know, something totally non-LSN related, that banner is always going to be there looking people in the face. If they click on it, that's a gateway to your, you know, LSN affiliate page. Now, you definitely want to go ahead and put your picture in the sidebar. Most definitely you want to put your phone number as well. Make it easy for people to see you. You probably want to put your social profiles like Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. it needs to list your blog categories, pages, banners, and other content related to your opportunities or products. So guys, if you're involved in multiple streams of income, if you're selling ClickBank products, whatever it is that you're doing to monetize and earn a couple of extra dollars on the internet, this is the place to put it in the sidebar. We see some people go way overboard and have 10 or 15 different banners. We see some people use 1 or 2. It really is how you feel you want to dress up your blog. You know, if it's your style to have 5 or 6 different things there, then go for it. You know, you want to test it out. You can always remove them as well. So if you have 5 or 6 banners on there and they're not pulling well, you can pull them down. You can put new ones up. Part of the fun with marketing, guys, is split testing and finding out what works for you. So, Chris, do you want to go ahead and show them an example on how they can dress up the sidebar there?
Yeah, absolutely. Underneath the appearance menu under widgets, guys, this is where your sidebar is actually going to be edited. You can see here I have my recent post here. I have my categories here. I could drag my pages over, and you know, to select any of these, all you do is just simply drag and drop it over into the sidebar wherever you want it to be. Another thing you can do is you could add an RSS feed. So if you had another blog, let's say I have a blog at networkmarketingbusiness.net. All I've got to do is type in networkmarketingbusiness.net/RSS, and I can give this a title. NMB content is what I'll call it. And what this is going to do is it's going to provide a relevant backlink to all of the content that I have on this particular website. So it's also going to make my sidebar look really cool. So let's make sure that it works. I'm just going to save it. Click on my link here, and we'll scroll down and look, and you can see that NMB content. Now I could also select this to pull out the actual content of each one of these individual blog posts if I want to. I can even, I believe, select to whether I want it to pull author details and stuff like that. So it's just a great way to get backlinks to other websites that you might have. And you know, the sidebar, the thing about it, guys, is it does show up on every page. Now, a lot of people might be wondering, well, you know, how do I add images and stuff like that to the sidebar of my blog? Well, the easiest way to do it, what I actually do, is I just create a new post by clicking on Add New Post, and basically within the post itself, I have the ability to format my text however I want. So if I want to add a picture to this post by adding media, I'll just give you an example really quickly. We'll add the LSN logo. I'll insert that into the post. Actually, this is a picture, so if I wanted to resize this, I could just drag the corner, resize it, center it in the content of the sidebar, so it'll, you know, show up in the middle and look good. And then, you know, below that content, I might want to put my name, I might want to put my contact information, any information like that, and then I'll be able to actually format all of that. And once I do that, all I've got to do is click on text. I simply copy and paste the HTML. So I copy the HTML out. I go back under the appearance menu, back under widgets, and when I come down to text, I can pull over a text box. I can paste the HTML as it is into the text box. I can save it, and it's going to draw that content into my sidebar. So however I want to format it, whatever kind, and this is probably going to be a little bit wide. Actually, it resized it automatically. So that's a real easy way to put images. You can put a picture of yourself over here. You can format your text the way you want it, like I said, without having to have a visual what you see is what you get editor. You just use your main WordPress editor, format the post the way you want it, click on the text option, and copy and paste that into the sidebar. So one of the things you definitely want to have over here is categories, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, why that's important, but definitely have the categories in the sidebar of your blog, and you also want to list the most recent post in the sidebar of your blog. Now, as far as where you put all of that, that's completely up to you. If you want to put the recent post down at the bottom, you want to put your RSS feed up at the top, or drag your categories down, all of this can be rearranged the way that you want it to be arranged inside of your sidebar here. And once you do it, you don't have to click a save button or anything like that. The only thing you have to save is on the individual boxes here. You want to save your changes once you make changes. So like on the RSS feed, if I want to display item content, just to show you this, I can save that and update it, come back to my blog here, and it's actually going to update with not only the title, but it's also going to pull the content in from another blog or website that I'm affiliated with. And this works basically for any RSS feed, guys. It doesn't have to be necessarily a blog. Maybe a video channel that you put together or something like that. Any RSS feed can be pulled into the sidebar and gives it a real professional look with a lot of, it just makes you look good is basically what it is. And it gives you backlinks to whatever you're putting over here. So your image is important. Keith and I haven't had a lot of time to work on our own personal blogs. We've been working a lot behind the scenes, so our blogs aren't really the way that we're ultimately going to have them yet. But I would definitely put a picture over here of yourself. I would definitely put some information underneath that picture about how to contact you, and then whatever banners of your opportunities or whatever you want to put is fine. That's based on, like Keith said, your taste. So Keith, go ahead, man.
Okay, great job, Chris. And those links, by the way, that RSS feed, the information that you're pulling out also works the other direction as well. So if you do have other blogs, what you can do is you can put the RSS feed on that blog to your LSN blog, which will actually create a link back to the LSN blog as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and talk about understanding the way search engines spider your content. This is some really important information, guys. We're going to go over a little bit here. So if you have a pen, a piece of paper, you don't need to write down everything we're saying, but there's a couple of crucial points that you might want to jot down. First of all, guys, when a search engine spider accesses your site, it basically follows the link structure all the way through. So even providing no follow tags does not mean the spiders are not going to follow the content in the link structure of your blog. A search engine spider will start out at the URL of the blog, okay? So as it spiders through the content, it will see the URL itself, the title of your post, followed by the content. So when a search engine spider hits a link inside the content of your blog, it breaks down into two spiders. Actually, they're more like signals. One spider continues to follow the content, the other breaks off and follows the link inside of your content. This is why the link structure within the blog itself is really important, guys. So you want to make sure as you're creating posts, these posts that are related to each other should link back somehow. Now, this is what we call a deep link if you're linking into another post in your blog. So let's say you have a write-up on a specific, let me think of something real quick. Let's say you do a write-up on how to change a car tire. Let's say you do a write-up on that. Now, let's say you have a post that's related to how to change a car tire, or maybe how to change your own oil, or something along the lines of doing some car maintenance. Well, what you might want to consider doing is, let's say inside the how to change a car tire post, you might want to actually find a way to talk about, doing your own oil change as well, and then actually have the word oil change hyperlinked and link that to that actual article or that actual blog article that you've written on the LSN blog. So literally you're going from one page in your blog to another page in your blog. That's what they call a deep link. You don't want to go crazy with this, guys, but the reason that deep links are important is a number of reasons. A, because you're linking relevant content to relevant content, but you're also making it easier for the user to navigate your site. One of the things that search engines are looking for, guys, is they're looking for, is this blog user-friendly? Okay, so the other thing they're looking for is it search engine-friendly. We'll talk a little bit about that. But user-friendly means when somebody visits your blog, can they navigate around your blog easily? Can they go from one page and back to that page without having to look through a dozen different links and tabs in order to do that? So that's something that's really important. So you definitely want to jot down the deep link. We see a lot of people that write content, add posts, but don't link back to other posts inside their blog. You also want to make sure that you have categories in the sidebar, and I'm sure, Chris, you're going to share with them the importance of categories and show them how to do that, because the spiders will follow categories, guys. So they see the related posts and specific posts on your blog. They will be given more relevance based on the content within individual categories. This is something else that also makes the blog both search engine friendly and user friendly. The reason for this is because when the spiders go out, now they don't have to go through hundreds and hundreds of posts and and categorize the content on its own. They can actually look at the individual categories, which is why we gave you guys a homework assignment to have categories so that you could post them in your sidebar of your blog, so that when you write a blog about that specific category, it goes under that category, and then the search engine spider can find all of the blog content that you have related to that one specific category. Now, it's also easier for the searcher or the person that's visiting your blog. So let's say that you have a category on the best network marketing opportunities. Well, if they go to your blog, they don't want to sift through 100 pages worth of content to find the individual post that you've created on the best network marketing opportunities. They can go right to the sidebar, click on that, and what it's going to do is bring up all of the posts that are related to network marketing opportunities. So Chris, why don't you go ahead and show them how that works there?
Yeah, sorry about that. I had trouble unmuting myself. Okay, guys, I want to show you really quickly what Keith is talking about here. Okay, when a search engine spider starts out at your site, they start out at the URL. Okay, this is real simple logic. Basically, the next thing they see is the title of your individual blog post. Okay, so whatever the title is here, when I click on this title, the way that this blog is set up for its default is it's actually going to create a link that's related to this title. Okay, it's going to take out all the unnecessary words. So, how to get listed in Google Fast. It says get listed Google Fast. Okay, so these are the important words of this particular URL. You can see that they're related to the title. WordPress is set up that way automatically. You don't have to worry about it as long as you have your permalink structure set up to post name, which it is by default. So don't go in and change it. Basically, it's going to work flawlessly. So you can see that the title is related to the URL, and the content is related to the title. Now, this is the next thing that a search engine spider is going to see. So it's going to spider down through your content, and it's going to see these words like social interaction, good traffic, targeted traffic, all related to how to get listed in Google Fast. Okay. Now, one thing that I don't have to do is I don't have to say, this is how you get listed in Google Fast, period. If you want to get listed in Google Fast, here's what you do, period. You know, back in the day, that is the way that people used to write their articles to get them listed in the search engines, because they wanted to get listed for how to get listed in Google Fast, so they would basically write an article that was saturated with that keyword phrase. If you do that now, Google's not even going to index your site. It might blacklist your site, actually. Okay, so you don't want to overstuff your content with the keyword phrase that you're optimizing for. As a matter of fact, it is never necessary to use that exact keyword phrase again, because your content, as long as it's related to this title, you can see if you want to get listed in Google quickly, content is the key. Okay, if you want to get listed in Google quickly, it's the same thing as get listed in Google Fast. Google knows that, okay, and I don't have to say that again. As a matter of fact, like I said, as long as it's related to Google and getting listed in the search engines and getting traffic and getting targeted traffic, Google knows what this article is talking about. Now, what we were talking about with the deep link structure, I deliberately wrote this article today and did not put any links in it because I wanted to show you guys what we're talking about here. So when I open up this article and I click on the visual editor, what I can do is I can look at these major keywords. Okay, so I can look at good traffic, I can look at social interaction, I can look at traffic on the internet, and it doesn't have to be directly or exactly related to the article that I'm linking to, but it does need to be related in one manner or another. You know, it does need to have some sort of relation, but it doesn't have to be the exact subject matter. So if I want to link this to another article within my blog, default your link box is going to look like this. Okay, you don't have to physically go to the article, find the article, copy the URL, and then paste it into this box. All you've got to do is link to existing content. Okay, so let's see if we've got any content down here that's kind of related to getting traffic, getting listed in Google, and stuff like that. I can link to Network Marketing Tool Suite. I don't really have anything directly related to traffic, but I'm going to go ahead and link to that as an example. And that's basically what we're talking about. Okay, so let me think. Make money. Okay, so I could link this keyword phrase to, I know I have an article, can LSN make you rich? So I can link make money to can LSN make you rich? I can choose to open this in a new window if I want. And as a matter of fact, if you want people to stay on your content, I probably would do that when you're deep linking within your blog. But you don't want to do it more than a couple of times, okay? 2 or 3 times at the most. I would say 3 links at a maximum, link to other content. Now, once I navigate away from this page, I'm only going to link to here because later on I might have another subject that I want to come to this page to and link this page to a future topic that I'm going to talk about. So I might write an article on getting traffic tomorrow or something related to this article, and I might want to link this article to that blog post and link that blog post to this article. So always be going back inside of your content and looking at the link structure of your blog, because again, that search engine spider, as it scrolls through the content here, it's going to come across this link. Okay, so what it's basically going to do, and they're not actually spiders, guys. I mean, if you haven't figured that out, I'll just throw that in there. Like I said, they're more like signals. So what one signal is going to do is it's going to continue to spider your content, but that signal is actually going to break up into 2 signals. So one signal is going to continue to go through your content. The other signal is going to break off and follow this link and follow that content. Okay, so that link structure, what it does is it says to Google, this is what I want my audience to do. Okay, when my audience comes across my blog, I want them to click on this link because this link is related to this particular article. And it's basically Google saying, okay, well, you're structuring your content in such a way as to make it user-friendly, and the spiders can see through the keywords and through the content that this content is related. So we're going to give this blog more relevance because the site owner is making it easy for our users. And remember, anybody that uses Google is a Google user. And the reason why Google continually changes their algorithm and makes things different is because they're trying to make things better for the user, because Google makes billions and billions of dollars off of advertising. So they want their consumers, the people who are clicking on ads, they want those people to continue to use Google so they can continue to click on ads. So they want as relevant, as good of an experience as can be provided. And if you take the extra steps to link your content together and to cross-link it, to have that cross-link structure, it's going to do you a world of good. Okay, to categories. Every blog post that you make, you need to add a category to that particular blog post. Okay, so in this case, I added a category for search engine optimization. Okay, so search engine optimization was a new category that I added. Then what I did is I scrolled through all of the rest of the categories that I had, and I picked the different categories that were actually related to this particular post. So blogging, because I talk at the end of the article about WordPress being a search engine optimized platform that's good for SEO. Content distribution, because we're talking about content. Lead system network. Every blog post that I do on this blog goes into the lead system network category because it's a lead system network blog. Okay, lead system network is in the domain name, and lead system network is also in the title of my blog. Okay, so every post that I do goes into the lead system network category, no matter what category it's in. Whether I'm talking about my dog, whether I'm talking about search engine optimization, blogging, even unrelated subjects to lead system network, because it's a lead system network blog, I'm putting those in that main category. This is the main category on my blog. Okay, so network marketing, I give an example of network marketing. It can fit into that category. And of course, the category that I created, search engine optimization. So when a search engine spider, let's leave this page for a minute because I don't think I'm going to leave those links the way they are. When a search engine spider actually comes across your blog, it's going to scroll through your categories. Okay, so you can see for lead system network, like I said, I put every blog post that I do. Right now I've got 12 blog posts on my blog, so there are 12 posts in the lead system network categories. Internet marketing tools. Okay, if I click on internet marketing tools, guess what? The 2 posts that are related to internet marketing tools are going to be inside of that category, and it's forming that cross-link structure within the blog itself where you can see that my content is easily categorized. So not only can the user come to my blog and say, okay, well, if I want to learn about internet marketing tools, this is the category that I go to, but the search engines are going to take that into account as well, because it's not like the search engines are these machines that have minds of their own. There are people behind these programming them to do what it is they do, and the people want to make money, and if you're structuring your content this way, they're going to deliver traffic because they're going to know their users are going to have a good experience. Keith, I'm sorry to take so long, man. I'll hand it back to you.
No, good job, man. So far, guys, we have given you, the basics of setting up your blog, the importance of using the sidebar, categorizing your content, adding content to the blog. I think one of the things that people get stuck on is how to generate content ideas, and we are going to go a little bit deeper into that a little bit next training or next week, and we are going to touch on keyword research, because there's essentially 2 or 3 different ways that you want to start generating content for your blog. So we're not going to cover them all here tonight, but I just want to share a few with you. One way you would do it is through specific keyword written articles. Okay, so these would be considered long tail keywords, keyword phrases that people are searching for, that you would like to get listed for. So you're going to write an article based.
Hey, Keith,
yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you, bro, but I think it would be better actually if you went to screen share, because you're kind of the keyword research expert.
Sure.
And you just share your screen, and then we'll open it up for questions. That way you don't have to bounce back off of me. I mean, you know what you're doing.
Right. And we're going to use Uber Suggest for this example here.
Sorry to interrupt you, by the way, bro. I was just thinking about it.
Did you want to use Uber Suggest for this example here, for the keyword?
Yes. Tool? Yeah, definitely.
Okay, hold on one second here. Okay, so before I get into the screen share, let me just, I got .com here, it's .org. So basically the 3 ways that we're going to add content. You have the content that's specific keyword written content, so you're going to basically do some keyword research the market, come up with some phrases, and then you're going to create your content based around these keyword ideas. Okay, so that's the first way you're going to do it. The second way you would do it is if you wanted to write an article to basically help somebody. Maybe you want to put it in a form of a how-to, or the whole point is not to sell somebody into your program or sell them into your funnel system, but it's basically just an article that you want to write that's just going to add good content to your blog, that's going to get people to that blog, and they're going to read it. Like, you ever do you do a search on a review for a company, and you read through the review, and at the bottom you see a link, and right away when you see a link at the bottom of a review, it basically just discredits everything that you've just read, because you're thinking, well, all this person is trying to do is sell me into their business. So when people aren't dumb, when they see a review and they see a link at the bottom of it, they know what you're trying to do. So every now and again, what you want to do is you want to do a review on a company or a review on a product without a link. So you want to show people that you're a person of integrity, that you're going to do a write-up every now and again just to give people good quality information. This is going to do a couple of things, guys. It's going to get people opting into your funnel even though you don't ask them to. They might plug into your RSS feed. They might sign up on your autoresponder just because they like what you offer. So that would be the second kind of article or content that you would add to your blog. And the third piece, or third article that you might add to your blog, would be something that is trending right now. Something that might have gone viral. A great place to find this kind of information, Chris, you already shared with people, would be stumbleupon.com, Facebook. All you got to do is scroll through your news feed, and you'll have plenty of viral content to share. Now, this is great because people will like to share this content. Okay, if you do a write-up on your business, people are not going to share that. People don't care about your business. Plain and simple, that's how it works. Now, if you show a picture or a video, like I did a video of a cat playing ping pong, it was funny, it was cute, it was viral, people were posting it left and right, so I put it on my blog. Then I asked people to share this, and I shared it across all the social networks on Facebook, and people start to share the blog URL, not just the video, because I actually took that video, put it onto my blog, added some information about it. That's going to start getting your blog going viral. Yeah, you're not specifically targeting traffic, guys, but what you're doing is you're just driving traffic to your site, which is overall going to help the Alexa rank. It's going to help you list higher. And, of course, if you set up your sidebar the right way, then you're going to, in some ways, be subliminally advertising these people as well. So let's go ahead and talk about keyword research just a little bit further before I do this screen share. Let me get back to the PDF here. I want to talk about long tail keywords, guys, and identifying long tail keywords. So first of all, we have to know what a long tail keyword is. Well, basically, they're longer and more specific keyword phrases that visitors are more likely to use when they're closer to a point of purchase. Okay, so to give you an example of that, you might have something like, we're going to show you an example of the Samsung Galaxy S5 here in a second, but a long tail could be, buy the Samsung Galaxy S5. That would be an example of adding just one word to that phrase. That makes it a longer tail keyword, and of course that's somebody that is in the buying mindset that wants to go out there and purchase it. So you might want to do a write-up on that if you were trying to sell the Samsung Galaxy S5. So that would be considered a long tail keyword. So for this specific keyword research training, guys, we're going to focus on long tail keywords and how to identify competition. It's really important. Let's go ahead and go right to the screen share. You can see what I'm talking about here. Let's see. Okay, can you see me okay, Chris? Yeah, take that as a yes. Okay. First of all, guys, if you're using Google Chrome or Mozilla, whatever it is that you're using, you always want to do your searches in what we call an incognito window or a private window. A lot of times we see people, they get confused because Google will remember what you're searching on your computer. So if you start doing searches and you visit your website a lot through the search engine, it will start to list your site higher up in the search engine. That doesn't necessarily mean that's where your site actually is. They're just putting it up higher because they think it's relevant to what you're looking for, and you've clicked on it quite a bit, so they think it's something that you like, so they're going to actually list it higher in the search engine. So if you really want to get a true understanding of what the search results look like, what you want to do is search in a private window. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can do that. With Mozilla, you just go to New Private Window. It will open up a private window. This will not drop any cookies. It will not remember any of the information that you are searching. And what we're going to do is show you how to search for a specific keyword phrase first. Okay, so people like to do a search, and you might just search for Samsung Galaxy S5, and I'll show you the difference between. So let's say we just do a search for Samsung Galaxy S5. And we can see here that we have 395 million search results coming back. Now, this is actually going to give us an example of how many pages are indexed with these words, Galaxy, S5, Samsung, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's in this order exactly. So if we want to know the exact keyword phrase, Samsung Galaxy S5, what we're going to do is put it in quotations. This is going to show us the exact phrase. So in this particular example, it's coming back with 54,800,000 search results. Okay, so this is the exact phrase for Samsung Galaxy S5. Now this is going to be a heck of a lot of competition. What this means, guys, is that there are literally 54 million pages that are recognized or indexed by Google with this exact phrase, Samsung Galaxy S5. Now, if we were to add just one word to this, I'll give you an example. And let's put this in quotations. And we'll do a search. And we just went from 64 million down to 32,100 search results. You see that there? So by adding one word to this phrase, what we did was we created a long tail keyword phrase or a longer tail keyword phrase. And just by adding that one word advantages, we've made it so that we've literally dropped millions of competition right off the chart. Okay, so now we're dealing with 32,000 pages that are indexed. So whenever you're looking at this about number here, guys, I want you to start thinking this about number is essentially what your competition is or what you're up against. How many other pages or how many other websites are listed for that exact phrase. Okay, so 32,000 is not impossible to get listed for, but it's still quite a bit of competition. So what I want to do is basically guarantee myself a spot, right? So I'm going to go ahead and add another word to it, and I might say Samsung Galaxy S5 advantages and disadvantages, which you can see I've already searched for that. So let me go ahead and put that in quotations. And we'll do a search, and now we have 6. And Chris and I were looking at this before, and we were laughing because, you know, there are literally 6 pages that Google has recognized or indexed with this exact keyword phrase, Samsung Galaxy S5 advantages and disadvantages, which means if you were to do a write-up on your LSN blog using this exact keyword phrase, you are guaranteed a first page position in Google. A lot of people don't understand how this works. So by adding a couple of words to this phrase, guys, we have literally broken this phrase down 3 different ways for you. We've showed you, you know, the general broad search for Samsung Galaxy S5, the 64 million. So what a novice is going to do is they're going to come in, they're going to say, well, I'm selling the Samsung Galaxy S5, so they're going to shoot right for that keyword, Samsung Galaxy S5. And you know what? There has been websites and people that have been listed for this product before it ever even hit the market, guys. There's websites that have been indexed for years upon years upon years that you're never going to beat out in a million years with as many backlinks or as much traffic as you send. You know, sometimes you just got to know when it's not worth it. So it's not worth it to go after, you know, the broad keywords. And not to mention, guys, studies have shown that when you use longer tail keywords, the people that visit your blog on longer tail keywords are more likely to purchase and convert because they're not just searching. Like if I'm searching for Samsung Galaxy S5, I might just be looking at some of the colors. I might be looking at the battery. I might not be looking to buy. But if I'm searching something like Samsung Galaxy S5 advantages and disadvantages, it's safe to say that I've done my homework, and now I'm investigating even further, and now I'm really starting to try to figure out whether or not I want to buy this phone. So hopefully that makes sense. Chris, is there anything that you wanted to add to that before we get to the keyword tool?
Yeah, you know, just a little bit. You know, the more targeted you are, guys, on your search, on your what you're optimizing for, your keyword phrases, the more targeted your traffic is going to be. In other words, they're going to be there looking for exactly what you have to offer. Now, I wouldn't necessarily take my keyword phrase, that long phrase. We were giving you guys an extreme example. That long tail of a keyword phrase, I mean, I'm not saying that people aren't going to search for that, but you're probably not going to have a lot of people searching for that, but you might, and it might be worth actually writing an article about that if you're trying to sell Samsung Galaxy phones as an affiliate. It's definitely not going to hurt, and you're definitely going to get indexed, like Keith was talking about, on the first page of Google. Another example, guys, would be make money online. You know, this is a big thing that people type into Google all the time. A lot of people want to know how to make money online, and this exact phrase is 4,930,000 search results. Okay, so if I want to add more to this phrase, okay, let's get specific about it. Make money online using eBay. Okay, make money online using eBay brings it down to 1 million search results, but that's still a little much. So what if I said easy way to make money online using eBay? Okay, what am I missing here? Oh, there are no search results for that. Okay, now let me ask you this. Okay, would this be something that you would type into Google if you were looking for an easy way to make money online using eBay? Okay, it most definitely would, and because there are no search results with this exact keyword phrase, you would actually be listed not necessarily #1, because it's also going to take the shorter tail keyword phrases within this and consider the relevancy of those websites, but you're definitely going to get listed very highly, probably on the first page of Google for that particular keyword phrase, and also all the variations within this keyword phrase. So you could list for easy way to make money. Now, if you have a well-written article, you might not list on the first page of Google for that, but you might be on page 3. Okay, and a page 3 listing for easy way to make money is a listing that's going to drive traffic to your website. You might get listed for easy way to make money online, or make money online using eBay, like we said before, or make money with eBay. All of the variations of this individual keyword phrase that you're actually optimizing for, you have a chance of getting listed for in Google. So not only will you maybe have one search result, but you might have 7 or 8 different search results off of one article, depending on the content of your article. So this is a very powerful strategy. Keith, I don't know if you wanted to, we're a little bit far into this. Do you just want to wait till next week to do the Uber suggest, or do you want to go ahead and go into that?
Well, actually, yeah, we almost hit 11 o'clock here over here on the East Coast. So, yeah, you want to open it up for questions, and then we'll see where we're at. And
yeah, let's do that, and we'll just put off the research part of it till next week, because we were going to go deeper into it next week anyway, guys, so we might as well just go ahead and open it up for questions today. So you guys, if you have any questions, go ahead. Okay, we got some shy people. Or maybe not some shy people. Maybe we covered it so well, Keith, that nobody has any questions.
Hey, Chris, am I still on screen share over here? Or no, I'm off screen share, right?
You're not showing up for me, man. Oh, yeah, you're on screen share. I can see myself.
Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what I was doing over here.
I thought I was looking at myself talking, but I was actually looking at you
I
talking.
thought I dropped off for a second. I was like, where did I go here?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's see if anyone has any questions at all. I mean, I'm more than happy to answer them for you guys.
Well, yeah, I have a question. When you're writing your blog article, is there a particular format you put it in, or it just doesn't matter?
You know, there are ways to format your blog post. I mean, like using H2 tags and, you know, underlining and italicizing and bolding certain text. A lot of people will put a lot of emphasis on that. And it is important, I mean, not only from a search engine standpoint so much, but from a visual perspective. You know, an example is on the article that I had posted, you'll notice that I bolded certain sentences and I separated my content out to make it easier to read and make it flow better. As far as that having actually anything to do with SEO, there are certain blog networks that are out there teaching that it does, and it definitely did. But Google has changed its algorithm so many times. Here's what's important now. Social interaction on your blog post. Okay, it is more important than ever to share every blog post that you do. And we don't have the share plugins yet, guys. The programmer's still working on that. It's a kind of a complicated deal. What?
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah, we don't have that yet, but I promise we will. But for now, what I've done is I have the Shareaholic plugin from Firefox inside of my Firefox browser, so I can actually share to all of those sites anyway. And here are the important ones. You want to share to Dig, you want to share to StumbleUpon, you might want to share to Facebook, you might not. I would definitely share to Facebook if you have a fan page related to the content that's on your blog, but as far as posting it to your wall, you might want to share it, might not want to share it. But StumbleUpon, Dig, Tumblr, Reddit are some of the biggest sites right offhand. Definitely want to post it to Twitter. You definitely want to have a Blogger account set up, and if you have a Google Plus account, you already have a Blogger account set up, so definitely post it to Google Plus. Use the hashtags that are related to whatever your article's about, so on and so forth. So sharing your content is the most important. As far as formatting, H2 tags, write it like an outline. Okay, if you're writing an essay or an outline in school over a book report, you're going to want your outline to be detailed, you know, with specific points. So if you're making an important point that's related to a title, you might want to make an H2 tag for that point. And then if you make a subcategory of that point where you're making a point within a point, you might want to make an H3 tag for that to make it flow better. And also that is where it will help in SEO. But what I see a lot of people doing because of the training that's been done out there, they're just throwing H2 tags anywhere in their blog post, and it's not actually a second header. Okay, it makes no sense. If it doesn't make sense to you as a human being to be a second header, it's not going to make sense to Google. Okay, so you just remember that, and if you need a second header within the blog post, an H2 tag, put it. If you need a bold or italicize certain words, put it. But over-optimization will get you penalized just as quickly as it will help you out. So, Keith, do you have anything to add to that? I mean, there's no set-in-stone thing.
Yeah, I like to, you know, first of all, I think, I know you mentioned most of them. I like to share on LinkedIn and Pinterest as well. Those are two that I would definitely share on. And Denise, what I would do is I would go to Chris's blog, if you don't mind me saying that, Chris, but you make a pretty article, man, honestly. The way it's all set up, it's easy to read. You know, we see people, like when we start working with people and blogging, we tell them to get out there and add content, and they got these big, huge, long paragraphs, and it's, you know, really tiny font, and I just look at it and I'm thinking, I'm not going to read that, you know? So it's almost more important to make it user-friendly like Chris does. Like, he breaks up the content really nicely. Try to stagger some pictures throughout if you can. Title your pictures. Definitely hyperlink, you know, make some of those keywords bold like Chris showed you, how to get listed or how to get listed in Google fast. He used words related, you know, to that title and then put those words in bold. So those are some things you want to do. Maybe underline some of those words as well. But when all else fails, just go check out Chris's blog, see what he's doing. Don't copy his content, obviously, but look at the way he's structuring it and try to get a feel for it. Because at first, when I started underlining and making certain keywords bold, it just didn't feel natural to me, you know. And then I just started to get my flow, and I think now I do pretty good at it. So, you know, you definitely want to dress it up, though, and make it look nice for the user, or else you're going to lose their attention real fast.
Yeah, and there's definitely not a lot of content on my blog yet, guys, so Keith kind of did put me on the spot a little bit. But one of the things that I learned a long time ago is to break your sentence content up, okay? Don't write in paragraphs. Every sentence that you write, go ahead and put a space in between that sentence because it makes it easier. You got to remember, people are online. They're on a computer. It's shining on their eyes. It's hard enough on your eyes as it is, and if you're writing in paragraph format, it makes it really hard on your eyes. So the reason why I bold different titles and different lines in my content isn't because it's necessarily relevant, but because it makes it easier for your eyes to follow that content all the way down, and you're going to gain a lot more readers that way by breaking it up. So, but no, as far as rules, it's really funny because I'll come across #1 articles in Google for really competitive keyword phrases that are not formatted correctly at all. Okay, and it happens all the time. You'll come across articles and you're like, how in the world did this 2-paragraph article get listed on the first page of Google for this keyword phrase? And the answer to that question is Google's an algorithm. You know, I mean, that's just as simple as that. And an algorithm is a rhythm. It's like this. You know, it's not the same all the time. And so the key is, guys, to keep putting content on your blog. Okay. Format it in different ways. Format it how you want, but the key is the content. Content is king. Okay. Yeah, but that's it.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw that my blog seemed to kind of be way too long, even though, you know, last week you said just write it, you know, and that's what I did, but it came out, you know, flow was kind of rough. So I would just, you know, but thank you for answering my question.
Yeah. Well, and you can never write too long either. You know, just the paragraphs are what I'm talking about, because the more content you have, the better off you are. You know, if you write a 5,000-word article, God bless you. You know, it's going to be good for you. It's not going to be something that's detrimental to your blog. As a matter of fact, it'll help your blog out because you're going to have that much more content associated to that keyword phrase. So, you know, there's not a magic number. There's not a magic formula. It's content.
Yeah, and as you add the content, you'll probably go back like later on and you'll say, let me edit this article, let me dress it up a little bit, let me add a picture here or there. So you can do that, of course, once you get better at it. But just add the content, and then once you get used to it, go back and make changes. You know?
All right.
Awesome. And we were going to have a homework assignment this week related to keyword research, but since we didn't get to that part of it because the webinar went a little bit longer than we thought, sorry about that, Keith. We'll get to that next week, and it'll be good for us to do the whole keyword research webinar in 1 week and really bang through that, and because it's really important when you're writing articles to do the keyword research, to look at your competition, and to really think about what it is you're going to put out there as far as content. So.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And guys, just to give you an idea, I mean, I wrote probably about 60 articles on one subject, and I spread it out over about 7 or 8 months. And I was really trying to get listed for this one product that I was selling. So I wrote up I did different write-ups on it. I did like experiments using the products. I actually had a journal where, you know, every week I would basically write in the journal on my online blog and share with people my results using the products. And it wasn't until about 6 or 7 months in I wrote one article that got listed in Google, Yahoo, and Bing, literally on the top for every combination of this product that you could imagine. Any way that you searched it, I was pretty much #1 on each. I was getting over 500 unique visitors a day to my blog. I was doing 10 or 15, on a good day I was doing 10 or 15 customer sales. People were calling me up. They thought I actually, they thought they were calling like the corporate headquarters, you know, so they'd call up and they'd be like, okay, and I was taking people's credit cards right over the phone. I mean, I was basically a customer service rep at its finest, just picking up the phone, you know, signing people up, and I wasn't even really building the business side of it. I was just selling products, and we went well over $20,000 in volume every month for like 5 or 6 months straight, and life was great. And I mean, you always hear about people that say, you know, one article could be worth $1 million. Well, I didn't write $1 million article, but I can tell you for sure that this one article pulled well over $150,000 in sales volume in probably somewhere around 4 or 5 months. And then Google decided to change their algorithms and change the way that they started listing search engines listing websites. And my blog started to go down a little bit, until eventually I lost that top spot there. So even if you get listed in the search engine, you're never guaranteed that one position. But I just really want to share that with you guys because I want to encourage you not to give up. Because many times along the way when I was writing articles on this subject, and I thought I didn't see any anything coming my way from this. I mean, I didn't see any visitors, and I just kept writing and writing and writing, and eventually I did hit it. So, you know, if you're going to take that approach, you want to mix your articles up a little bit. Don't just keep writing on the same subject, and we're going to share with you on how to do that next week. But you want to try to mix the content up. Like, you want to use trending content, you want to use viral content, you want to use information that you like. What did you do yesterday? What do you plan on doing next week? What vacation might you take in the future? Where would you like to vacation in the future? That kind of stuff. And then in between, you're going to add those specific keyword-written articles that are eventually going to get you listed in search engines. But there's nothing like hitting a top position for a keyword that can bring you 500 visitors a day. I mean, I had to pinch myself every morning when I woke up because I could not believe the amount of sales and traffic that one article could generate.
And, you know, both Keith and myself have been full-time now. I've been full-time for almost 6 years now, or 7 years actually, blogging. And blogging has been 80% of the signups that I've generated in every network marketing opportunity I've been in, and every affiliate product I've sold. It's blogs and video marketing, but it's very simple if you keep doing it on a daily basis. That's the key to it.
Right.
So you do affiliate programs too, in addition to promoting your primary business?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you want to monetize it in as many ways as you can. And that's another reason why you want to vary the content on your blog, is because you don't want to be making money off of just one income stream on your blog or website. You want to be able to, and that's why we say brand yourself, because if you're writing about the stuff that you're passionate about, you can write about whatever you want, which means you can make money off of anything you want. You can make money off of, if you're writing an article about a hot summer day, you can make, you know, money selling suntan lotion from, you know, this suntan lotion company that sells high-priced suntan oil that has these special enzymes or whatever that make you look like you're 25 years younger. you can basically sell whatever you want within the content of your blog, and that's why categorizing your content and writing about different stuff is important as well. Definitely monetize your blog in multiple ways.
No, I was thinking about that because I was thinking about writing something about, I have a rabbit as a pet, basically. So I was thinking about, you know, selling rabbit, stuff, affiliate related products regarding rabbit.
Link to it. You know, link inside the content, you know, or put a little box below with, you know, if you're looking for rabbit pet supplies, go to this website, and if it's related to that content, you're going to have people definitely check that affiliate offer out. So 100%.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, so nobody else has any questions? We're about 7 minutes past the hour now. So guys, thanks for joining us this week. Sorry we went so long, and definitely get into the keyword research aspect of it next week. And did somebody want to say something? Okay, I guess I heard some background. Keith, anything you want to add?
No. Great hangout, guys. Thanks for being here, and we'll send you some information, and definitely we'll meet here next week, same time, same place.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Bye.
Good.